Hi, friends. This is Pastor Harley from the Broadway Global Methodist Church. I'd like to read to you for this day's devotion, some of the verses that we'll be preaching on in church today. In Hebrews chapter 11, it said, in verse 14, it says, "For people who speak thus make clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking of that land from which they had gone out, they would have had opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city." Well, I want God to find joy in his heart and glory that I am called by his name. And therefore, one of the things is I need to be recognizing that I am destined for heaven. In fact, I'm being formed by God, and I'm responding to God, however imperfectly, to be formed in his image so that I might dwell in that heavenly city. There's a city that God is preparing that will come down out of heaven and plant itself on this world. God will finally set things right, and that is what we hope for, and that is what we long for. Well, we could say that is what I hope that we hope for, and I long that we all long for. One of the faults in the human heart is we desire the things of God not enough. And the writer in Hebrews points and says, these ancient saints, the ones that he named in chapter 11 that talked about all the deeds of the righteous and the faith of Abraham and the boldness of Moses. These were people who recognized that they weren't trying to get back to the place in the world that they occupied before they met God. They were forging ahead to the thing that God had promised. And the great news is what God has promised has been given to us in Jesus. Jesus is available to us. He reigns in heaven on high at the right hand of the Father, and he is present with us because that's the property of being on the throne of heaven. Jesus has promised us himself and promises us greater things in the future. We indeed are destined to the city prepared. Be blessed as you learn to long for it more and more, for that longing will be fulfilled. Amen.